Hey comrades, Ryan, Speed Ministry checking in today. So, on the menu today, Ford Ranger 2018. Pretty sure they still hold #1 spot for the most sold ute in New Zealand. There are quite a few good reasons for it. Comfortable truck, semi-decent power from stock. They actually look really cool. I have a very soft spot for a couple of mods here or there, decent wheels, and you got a banger of a ute. Now, one reasonably annoying feature with them, they seem like they move, but they don't really do that. You sort of have that little spike up in power, and then it dies, falls on its face, and doesn't go anywhere. So, what we're working with 200 horsepower, this is what Ford claims from factory at the engine, and 470 newton meters of torque, again, at the engine. Let's have a look what it does at the wheels on dyno, and see what we can collect out of it on stage 1 tune. Let's go. Okay, so you've seen the dyno run, pretty straightforward really. Now, what does 200 at the engine and 470 newton meters of torque at the engine translate to at the wheels? Because again, we can't really measure at the engine. Now, that translates to 152 horsepower at the rear wheels. We're in two-wheel drive mode here, and that translates to 270 foot-pounds at the wheels. Now, let's break it down. What we got on Speed Ministry Stage 1 package, that's our horsepower chart. So, as usual, gray line is where we started, blue line is where we're heading, well, where we're at right now. So, we started with about, at 2000 RPM, we had 102, we're now at 122, that's wheel horsepower, so on, so on. So, let's quickly switch to this screen and have a look at the gains. Easiest way will be going in percentage. You got 20% gain in the beginning, and then about 12, 13. Now at the end, this is where it gets interesting. This turbo from factory is not really set up the way we would like to see it, so this is how it turns out. Right at the end, you can use it all the way through with 46 horsepower at the wheels gain. Again, diesel utes, horsepower is sort of not really important. What you want to see is the torque. This is where things get quite interesting on them. So, torque, here we go. Our old figures used to be 270 foot-pounds. We're now at max point 314 foot-pounds. Now, as you can see, the gain is quite even and nice all the way through. Switching over to this, 63 foot-pounds, which is close to probably 85 newton meters at the wheels. Again, reasonably even all the way through, including right until the end. So, at the peak points, where it actually counts, you end up with about 20% gain all the way through. Now, what that means at the engine, if you started with 200, you're going to be looking at about 240, 250 horsepower and about 560, I would say, 550 newton meters of torque. So, not bad for stage 1 where a car is completely stock apart from a K&N filter. Go grab one, they are awesome. There is not a hell of a difference between the older ones and the newer ones. If you like the look of the newer ones, go get the new one. Apart from that, enjoy.